Hello, welcome back to the Watford Way. Lots to dive into today as we look ahead to Watford's first home championship game of the season at Vicarage Road, as we're set to face a good Stoke City side, actually looking pretty good so far in the opening stages of this season. But before we dive into my thoughts on the game, I'm delighted to have been joined by Max and Sam from Stoke City Fan TV to get an opposition insight on Stoke City this season.
Hello Watford fans, it's Max and Sam here from Stoke Fan TV. If you haven't heard of us, where have you been? Why haven't you been on our channel? Obviously following Stoke Fan TV, like all the other Stoke fans. Now we've had an email come through from James from the Watford Way. He's asking us some questions, so we're going to do our best to answer those for the Watford fans. Right, first question, Sam. How did our last fixture go?
We played really well against Coventry. Yeah, granted it was at Stoke. Hopefully we can do the same on the weekend.
Absolutely, and we've had a cup game in between that as well, obviously versus Carlisle. Not quite the same calibre as Coventry, and beat them as well 2-0. But that Coventry game was excellent, and to be honest, we probably should have won by more. It was excellent, and the team looked solid, didn't they?
Yes, and it'll be interesting if Watford can make Johansson actually make a save.
Oh yeah, because we haven't been tested yet, our new keeper. Right, next question. So, thoughts on Watford this season? What do you think to that Watford team? Dangerous team, aren't they? Dangerous team.
I expect Watford to be up there pushing for top six, if not further, personally.
So obviously, Watford around about mid-table last season, which was a bit of a surprise. You know, it wasn't that long ago you were in the Prem. You've got a strong outfit there, but you do seem to chop and change your managers a fair bit. But you seem to have settled on Tom Cleverley, okay, and he's come in as your interim, and he signs are good for Watford.
I'm hoping that they're not a dangerous team on Saturday.
Well, I think they will be. Right, next question. Is Stoke City transfer window any notable incomings Watford should be aware of? Well, we've had Sam Gallagher come in.
We've had Sam Gallagher come in.
And he's injured.
And he's injured.
So I don't think you have to worry about him.
So yes, we've got a left back, Bocat.
Bocat's a good player.
He's a good left back. We've obviously got a new keeper, Victor Johansson.
Yeah.
Recently, Lewis Kumas, left wing,
From
young player from Liverpool,
Yeah,
played his first game in the Cup against Carlisle midweek. Quality player.
Yeah.
Not seeing him against a better opposition yet, so it'd be interesting to see if he plays against Watford.
We've also managed to keep hold of some of our key players, which is, to me, as good as making summer signings, to be honest with you.
We've also got a centre-back in Gibson.
Yeah, we've also signed Gibson, haven't we?
Yeah, it's a centre-half.
So, and he's added a lot of experience to that back line. So, yeah, they're our summer signings. Right, so next question. Style of play, tactics look to implement on a game-to-game basis. Our style of play, Stoke's style of play.
Don't tell them too much.
Well, but yeah, we can't give away too much, I know that. But where I've said this in our videos, I think whether we play with one CDM or two CDMs remains to be seen. On paper, it's two, but in the last couple of games, we've pushed on a lot more in the middle of the park, and that's where our goal came from in the Coventry game, through the middle. So from an opposition point of view, they've got to watch that trio in the middle and how they interlink pretty well.
Yes, I reckon Stoke will play a little bit more defensive away at Watford than we did against Coventry. Yeah. I reckon Stoke will probably try and push on counter-attacks.
Be interesting to see if we can catch on a break, because that's kind of what we did to Coventry in the second half, because they came out pressing a lot higher and they left a little bit of space in at the back and we exploited it. Right, so next question is key players for Watford fans to look out for, Stoke point of view.
Manouf.
Yeah, Miljan Manouf on the wing.
On that right wing.
Yeah. Miljan Manouf obviously signed him last season. Great signing. He's a nippy winger. He'll cut in a lot on his left foot and look to shoot. I'd say Juno if he was fit, but I don't think he is on the other wing. Be interesting to see Kumas from Liverpool.
If Kumas is playing, I'd say he's one to watch.
Yeah, watch him on the left wing. What I'd say is keep an eye on Baker as well in that midfield, because he obviously scored in the first game. He's got a wicked shot on him from distance, set pieces, that kind of thing.
Even Lyndon Gooch on the left wing can play well.
Yeah, put a ball in the box. So final question is score prediction. Sam?
1-1.
You going for 1-1? Yeah. Do you know what? I'd take a 1-1 away. First away game of the season for Stoke. I know it's probably being a bit negative to a degree. We're not going to say we're going to come and win, but I'd be happy with a 1-1. Yeah, let's go with 1-1. So there you go, Watford fans. That's Max and Sam from Stoke Fan TV. That's a little piece. We hope you enjoyed it. You can give us a follow on Stoke Fan TV on the YouTube channel. We're also on Facebook. So if you're at the game, actually, you make a good point. What are they going to do if Watford fans come to the game?
Yeah.
They see us.
Come over and we'll get you on the show.
Come over, have a chat with us, because we do loads of fan interviews at the game, and we'll come and try and get you on the show.
And yes, a big thanks to Max and Sam once again from Stoke City Fan TV. Make sure to check out their channel, and we'll leave a link to that in the description down below. And props to whoever mows the lawn in that garden as well, by the way. That garden lawn is looking top quality, albeit it doesn't compare to the wonderful pitch we have at Vicarage Road. But yes, a great garden there. Max and Sam's opposition insight into the game. But I found it interesting there that they highlighted that their joy so far this season, albeit we've only played 2 games, has come with their trio in midfield. And I think that's something that Watford will have to look out for this weekend, because I felt like against Millwall we got targeted a little bit in them areas from Millwall, especially when they implemented their press. Musa Sissoko, Tom Bashiri getting caught out at times. So hopefully Watford can work on that a little bit going ahead into this Stoke City game. But largely, from a Watford perspective, we're looking pretty good in terms of availability and team news. I'm recording this just after Tom Cleverley did his pre-match press conference, and from what he said, other than Wesley Hoot, we pretty much have a full squad of players available, and that does also include our Colombian magician Yassir Espria. Now, Tom Cleverley hasn't officially confirmed that Espria will be involved, but what he's said is that he'll have a discussion with Espria before the game to get kind of a view on his mindset and his fitness levels, and then they'll go from there on whether Espria will be involved this weekend. But reading in between the lines, I do believe Espria will probably feature on the bench for Watford during this Stoke City game. Yassir Larouchi, our left back on loan from Troyes in France, should be set to make his Watford, well, not his Watford debut, but his first Watford start this weekend against Stoke City. Of course, he come on very briefly against MK Dons in the Carabao Cup during the week, teeing up Kwadwo Bar to get his first Watford goal, which was fantastic to see. And yes, so far so good from a Watford perspective. Yes, I know our pre-season results left a lot to be desired, but the first 2 games of the season, the Millwall game, really promising signs, and the MK Dons game in particular, really showcased the style of play that Tom Cleverley is looking to implement. And I think them 2 positions, just ahead of them 2 deeper midfielders in them 2 10 roles, are going to be key to this system. Now it's time to discuss some transfer rumours around Watford that have come about in the last 24 hours or so. And one of them rumours is Wesley Hoot potentially moving to Saudi Arabia. Al Shabab have apparently made an offer for Wesley Hoot. The fee has not been reported, although we've been told here at the Watford Way that Wesley Hoot has agreed a 2-year deal with Al Shabab for around £2.5 million per annum, so a £5 million contract in all for Wesley Hoot. And of course, players who move to Saudi Arabia, it's well known, don't have to pay any income tax as they would have to in the UK. So Wesley Hoot would receive all of that money in his bank account, of course, which equates to about £48,000 per week, which would be a significant step up from what Wesley Hoot is earning at Watford at the moment. From a Watford perspective, of course, the deal probably makes sense. Wesley Hoot, if he doesn't want to renew on the terms Watford have offered him, now has the opportunity to go and earn quite a substantial amount of money out in Saudi Arabia. So from his perspective, it's a move I'm sure he's considering. And again, from what we've been told here at the Watford Way, it's that the move is really just awaiting approval from the Saudi League Financial Committee, which is essentially a committee that oversees all deals from abroad going into that league to make sure it adheres essentially to their regulations, because a lot of the teams in that league are government funded, and they essentially, in layman's terms, have to justify the value of the player they are getting. So that is the weight for Wesley Hoot's move to Al Shabab. Again, from what we've been told, it's a concrete move. It looks to be happening, albeit it. It hinges on the approval from the financial committee in the Saudi League. So some rumours around Wesley Hoedt leaving. I really do hope he stays. But again, you know, for him to earn that sort of money, I'm sure you can understand why he would want to make that move. Yassir Asprilla, albeit less concrete rumours, again has been linked with another club. It's not Stade Rennais, it's not Leicester City, it's not another club in the UK. It's actually been linked with a move to España and Girona in Spain, who are apparently interested in adding a high-profile winger to their team, and they're particularly interested in Yassir Asprilla. So again, alongside Wesley Hoedt, the two players who have been linked with moves away the most during this Watford transfer window, we'll have to keep an eye on how that move develops. But as far as we're aware, and as Tom Cleverley said in his pre-match press conference, Yassir Asprilla is pretty much available for selection this weekend. And I never thought I'd be saying that. I thought he'd be off already at a new club by this time in the transfer window. But at the moment, Yassir Asprilla is still a Watford player. So again, we'll have to see how that move develops. In other team news ahead of the game, Tomdele Bashiri, after coming off with a knock against MK Dons during the week, is fit and available for selection, which is great to see. Of course, Tomdele Bashiri has struggled in recent years with injury issues, which has hindered his development at Watford, but not a serious issue for Tomdele Bashiri. He's fit and available to go ahead of the Stoke City game this weekend. And a bit more news on Wesley Hoedt as well. Of course, as I mentioned, he's been linked with a move away, but he does continue his rehabilitation at Watford after the hyperextension of his knee in a pre-season friendly. And Watford posted a photo of him at the training ground today, which is, in my head, probably trying to ease speculation from a PR perspective around the potential move to Al Shabab. But Watford did post a photo of Wesley Hoedt today, rehabilitating from the hyperextension of his knees. So yes, we'll have to see how all these moves develop, but always an interesting time to be a Watford fan, especially as we come towards the end of the summer transfer window. Now, in terms of my score prediction for this Stoke City game, I'm feeling really positive at the moment, actually. I'm feeling positive vibes. Yes, we still need some additions in the transfer window, especially if we do see the departures of Wesley Hoedt and Yassir Asprilla. But so far, so good this season for me. The vibes seem good. The players seem happy. The results so far have been great, you know, scoring lots of goals, a 5-0 victory over MK Dons, a 3-2 win away at the Den. I'm going to go with a 2-0 Watford win at Vicarage Road. And I'm going to go with, this is the part I always struggle with, choosing the goal scorers, but I'll go with Mileta Rivic to bag another goal this season. And who's the second goal scorer going to be? I'll go with Rocco Vata. I'll go with Rocco Vata to come off the bench and bag his first Watford championship goal, of course. Rocco Vata yet to make a championship appearance. So yes, I'll go Mileta Rivic and Rocco Vata to score in this game at Vicarage Road. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. And once again, thank you so much to Max and Sam from Stoke City Fan TV for contributing to this video. And as they mentioned actually in their preview there, they'll be outside the ground, probably outside the shop, prior to the game and after the game to take questions from supporters. So if you do see them, make sure to say hi, go up to them, and they might even interview you and feature you on their YouTube channel. But yes, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.